Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you today is going to give you so many emotions. Check this. How's this for a teaser article as we dive into this? Gun cases in Chicago turned down by feds at higher rate than in most cities. What? Everything that we're about to watch and go through together is going to justify our positions and make the gun controllers look real silly. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And this content is made possible this week by American Hartford Gold. Say a quick word from them, and then we are going to hit this. And the content today is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. And brothers and sisters, with everything popping off around the world, wars cracking off, we've got inflation issues, we've got stock market volatility, we have cash concerns, we have oil concerns. It's a good time to take a look at least know your options with American Hartford Gold. They are dedicated to offering gold, silver, platinum, coins, and bars for your investing needs. Whether you want to do it delivered to your door or you want an IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, TSP, they've got options. This is something you guys should check out. At American Hartford Gold, they aim to educate clients about investments in the precious metal industry, strive to provide unparalleled customer service built on trust, integrity, and absolute transparency, while holding a goal of achieving 100% customer satisfaction. Click the link in the description or call 844-727-3199. That's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. Again, that's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. All right, beautiful people. Listen, this right here, if you're a gun controller, this is the type of stuff that you don't really want to see because it makes you look really bad. All right, let's get back into it because, again, Chicago, the place that's finding a reason to sue Glock for all the gun crime, right? Gun cases in Chicago turned down by feds at higher rate than in most cities. Federal prosecutors are less likely than those in most other places, including New York and Los Angeles, to approve gun charges. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul is taking up some of those rejected cases. This came out on the 6th. This is a result of all the data dump that the ATF and DOJ went to Chicago, and Merrick Garland was announcing how much money he was going to give Chicago because they're doing better. Hello? You got less gun crimes are resulting in federal charges in Chicago than any other place, with the highest per capita issue of gun violence, as they would call it. There's got to be more. It's damning. Let's get into it. This is nuts. Chicago is flooded with firearms more than almost anywhere in the country, but federal prosecutors in the city are less likely to approve gun charges than their counterparts in most other cities. Keep in mind, Chicago's got some of the most stringent gun control laws on the books. A massive new data release by the ATF, shows that more ownership traces of crime guns recovered by law enforcement agencies were done in Chicago than anywhere except Houston in 2017-2021. And yet, the prosecutors in Chicago were ranked in the bottom 8 of the country's 94 federal court districts in the percentage of gun cases they approve. This is in the exact same report that Merrick Garland went to Chicago to tout how amazing Biden is doing for crime because they're doubling down on their efforts and dropping $78 million because of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. And they are in the bottom 8 of the country's federal courts in actual gun cases they approve. Guys, if you're on the gun rights side of this, you look at this and go, yeah, gee, I wonder why there's a problem in that city. If you're on a gun control side of this, you do something like this. What? Kind of like when they do the buybacks and they realize the parts were sold, but the guns were, it's a thing. They don't know, the constituents of the gun control and support, they don't even know what they're really supporting. They don't even know this information. They don't know that Chicago is ranked in the bottom 8 of 94 federal courts while they're holding this cool crusade on gun rights and gun crime in their city. You think it's any wonder the problem continues to perpetuate itself? Because the problem is not the guns. The problem is the criminals who are not being convicted or at least even charged. Let's keep going because this is damning, people. The Chicago Police Department regularly touts the thousands of guns it gets during arrests, searches, gun buybacks, and other means. ATF, the federal agency responsible for enforcing gun laws, said 37,657 guns were traced in Chicago over the 5-year period covered by its report. So in 5 years, 36,000 or 37,000 guns. Only 40% of those? Yeah, actually 45? Wait till you see this. Only Houston had more gun traces than Chicago over the same 5-year period. Los Angeles had about 19,000 and New York 12,000. Yet 7 other federal districts, Arkansas, Southern Ohio, Delaware, Nevada, Massachusetts, Kansas, and Southern Indiana, had lower prosecutorial approval rates for gun cases than in Chicago. The bottom 8 in the place where you arrest the most people and you have the most, look at what good we did with all the guns, and you have the bottom 8? This doesn't look good for gun controllers, particularly when you extrapolate out what that means. The criminals who are doing that are now back on the streets. Are you wondering why you have a self-fulfilling prophecy? The people who aren't being charged are being let right back out. The people who are being charged and then released because of woke policies are also being let right out. This does not take a mathematician to figure this out, people. Anyway, let me show you some more stuff that they are releasing. Still, in the Northern District of Illinois, which includes Cook County and other collar counties, prosecutors approved only 45% of the gun cases presented to them. 45%. The ATF report said there are many reasons for denial, from an expired statute of limitations to insufficient evidence. Okay, insufficient evidence means it wasn't collected or it wasn't there, and statute of limitations means they didn't do it quick enough. What else do we need here? You still think we need to take more guns from people, or you think maybe there's some other things we can look at? Other big cities had much higher approval rates. In the Northern District of California, which includes San Francisco, the rate was 71%. That's in California. And in the Eastern District of New York, which includes Brooklyn and Long Island, it was 63%. So Chicago is lagging behind by up to 20 to 25%. And you want to sit here and tell me it's the guns' fault? Okay. Let's keep going. We got even more stuff. Listen to some anonymity, because everyone loves some things that people say without anyone naming them. 2 law enforcement officials, on the condition of anonymity, said they're frustrated with the low approval rate by federal prosecutors for gun cases here. This is a Chicago paper. They understand why the prosecutors are careful to bring cases they think they can win, but one official said sometimes you just got to swing the bat. You know what that translates to? These prosecutors are looking at what's going on and they don't have a case, and so they're just dropping it. That's what's happening. Good Lord. And wrapping it up, because we got to go back to the report that Garland dropped. Asked about the U.S. Attorney's Office of 45% gun case approval rate in Chicago, the ATF said in a statement, as the report emphasizes, state prosecution offices often had a broader range of potential firearm-related charges they could be readily filed to disrupt criminal activity associated with trafficking. This was particularly true in Illinois during the period covered by the report, as it had statutes specifically addressing firearm trafficking that predate the recently enacted federal statute. The ATF goes, no, state, you got to do that. The state goes, feds, why aren't you taking any cases? And the whole time, all these criminals being dumped back on the street, and we need to take more gun rights. That's essentially what they're saying. This is a black eye on the ATF. This is a black eye on Chicago. This is a black eye on any type of gun control push at all, because it's obvious what's going on here. It's not about guns. It's about something else. And until we figure that out, we're not going to solve any problems. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think of the content in the description down there, or in the comments field, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.